All right, so we're diving into Lucky 13, the season finale of Me and the Boys Wrestling. And wow, the chat is still blowing up about this one.
It was a wild one, for sure.
Yeah, Booker Man really went all out for this 10th season finale. And we got all the results and commentary right here. So let's get into it.
It's amazing to see how some of these storylines have played out over the whole season.
Oh, yeah, especially with all the hints Booker Man's been dropping about what he might have planned for next season.
Definitely.
And we got to give a shout out to the commentary team.
Oh, yeah.
Dayblock and James Owen Brown, they were on fire.
They were?
Kept things so lively, even with all the crazy stuff happening.
Their chemistry is just fantastic.
For real.
It'll make it fun to watch even when things get really chaotic.
Speaking of chaotic,
Yeah.
we got to talk about the ladies' championship match.
Oh, yeah.
Arai's the new champ, but how she won has got everyone talking.
Yeah.
DMP was the guest referee, and
Right.
let's just say his involvement was a little questionable.
It makes you wonder what DMP is really up to.
All right.
He's been such a dominant champion himself, but is there something more going on here?
Yeah, like, is he playing some kind of long game to get even more power?
It's definitely possible.
On his faction, the mentorship program was all over that match.
Yeah.
The turnbuckle pad disappears conveniently, and that final 3 count was so fast,
Uh-huh.
it almost felt like he just handed Arai the win.
Right. And then RI Celebration,
Uh-huh.
she seemed to be aligning herself pretty strongly with the Ultimate,
Totally.
who's been a really mysterious figure all season.
Totally. And remember, the Ultimate's whole prophecy thing about DMP losing his championship.
Oh, yeah.
Could this be part of some master plan by the Ultimate?
It could be.
Right.
So maybe the Ultimate's prophecy was spot on.
Wow, if that's the case, what does this mean for DMP and the whole mentorship program?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Is this the start of their downfall?
There's definitely some tension there. Remember how DMP eliminated French Lover from the Elimination Chamber?
Right.
I don't think French Lover was too happy about that.
The look on his face was priceless.
You could tell he was furious.
The chat was exploding with theories.
I bet.
Some people even thought DMP might be turning on his own faction.
That's definitely a possibility, especially with their history.
Yeah, they've been at odds all season.
This could be the thing that really breaks them apart.
Okay, so we've got Arai as the new ladies champ, maybe under the influence of the Ultimate and DMP, and maybe turning on his own faction.
Right.
What else went down at Lucky 13?
Well, the Jungle Boys managed to keep their tag team titles.
Yeah.
In a brutal falls count anywhere match against Team 420.
It was intense.
They've been dominant for a while now, but with all this talk of faction warfare next season, they might have a target on their backs.
Yeah, the commentators even said they're the most decorated tag team as Me and the Boys Wrestling history.
Wow.
Even the top guys can fall.
That's true. Anyone can be taken down.
Makes you wonder if anyone is really safe.
Right?
And speaking of unexpected outcomes, the Quill Championship match between Jabberwocky and Gingras ended in a double countout.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I'm a little confused about that one.
Okay.
Can you explain what's so important about that specific title and why this finish is such a big deal?
Sure. So the Quill title actually came from a different online wrestling league called Quarantine League Wrestling.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And eventually it got absorbed into Me and the Boys Wrestling, so it carries a lot of history.
Interesting.
So this double countout finish just adds another layer to its legacy.
I see.
It leaves things uncertain and opens up a lot of possibilities for future storylines.
Makes sense. And of course, we can't forget about Hunter S. Mustache.
Yeah.
He finally got his revenge on the Stroop, who put him on the injured list earlier this season.
That rivalry has been so intense.
It has. The Stroop really crossed the line, and it was so satisfying to see Hunter S. Mustache come out on top.
Definitely the chat went wild when he got the pin.
Oh, yeah. It was a well-deserved victory, and now I'm curious to see what's next for him.
Me too.
Will he keep going after the Stroop, or will he set his sights on a championship?
Good question.
So many possibilities. But before we dive into all the potential fallout from Lucky 13, let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that Me and the Boys Wrestling has made it to 10 seasons.
Absolutely.
That's a huge achievement.
It really is. It's a testament to Booker Man's creativity and the dedication of the whole team.
For sure.
They've created something really unique and engaging, and the fans just keep coming back for more.
And speaking of coming back for more, we have to talk about the new wrestlers who showed up at Lucky 13
Oh, yeah.
and what they might mean for the future of Me and the Boys Wrestling.
There were a lot of them. The Rumble was full of them. Buzzsaw, Butcherfingers, Snowman Snurf, and Subscribe. I mean, what do you think of all these new guys?
Honestly, kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
The chat was losing it, trying to figure out who they are, where they came from, what their whole deal is.
Right.
Like Booker Man just opened up a whole world of possibilities.
It's smart, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Bringing in all this new blood just shakes things up so much.
Totally.
New rivalries, new alliances, new storylines. It's like hitting the reset button.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it fits perfectly with all those hints he's been dropping about faction warfare next season and that mixed match tag team tournament.
Oh, man, imagine the possibilities.
Right.
With all these new wrestlers trying to make a name for themselves, the existing factions might have to team up just to survive.
Yeah.
We could see some really wild partnerships.
Or what if some of the factions break up under the pressure?
Oh, that's a good point.
Like what if DMP's guys start to question his leadership after that whole thing with the ladies' championship?
Yeah, after that controversial finish.
Yeah.
The mentorship program has been so powerful, but
Right.
with DMP acting the way he has and the ultimate maybe pulling strings behind the scenes, there's definitely a chance things could fall apart.
And then there's Lady Strange,
Oh, yeah, she's a big one.
the new queen of Me and the Boys Wrestling,
Beat Taylor Swift.
in an amazing match.
It was.
Where do you think she fits into all this?
She's a wild card, that's for sure.
Totally.
She can definitely hold her own. And that queen title means she gets a guaranteed title shot.
Right.
Who's she going to go after?
Yeah.
Arai, DMP, someone else entirely?
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither.
Oh, and it's pretty cool that one of the new wrestlers, Gordon McDonald, came from the #MataB hashtag.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
For those who don't know, that's where viewers can submit their own created wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes Booker Man actually adds them to the show.
It's so cool. It's like
Yeah.
the fans get to be a part of it.
Makes the whole thing more fun and engaging.
Exactly.
And speaking of engaging, can we just take a second to appreciate Dow Block and James Owen Brown on commentary?
Oh, they were amazing.
They were so good.
Dowblock's knowledge is incredible.
He's like a walking wrestling encyclopedia.
And James Owens Brown is so quick with the jokes.
He is. I was cracking up even during some of the more serious moments.
Yeah, they really made the whole thing more entertaining.
They even threw in some personal stories and shout-outs to other wrestling promotions.
They did. It's like they were just hanging out with us watching the show.
I know, right?
Makes you feel like you're part of something.
They create such a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's no wonder. Me and the Boys Wrestling has such dedicated fans.
It's a real community.
Did you catch the shout-outs to CWF, Canada, NWX, and Revolution Pro Wrestling?
I did.
I love that they do that.
Me too.
It's like they're using their platform to support other independent wrestling scenes.
There's a lot of respect for the craft.
Definitely.
And it reminds you that Me and the Boys Wrestling is just one part of a bigger world of wrestling.
Exactly. A whole ecosystem of talented people.
And of course, we can't forget about Papa Shango's curse.
Oh, man.
He's been causing all sorts of trouble this season.
He has from French lover's hair loss to messing with Dayblock's headphones.
It's like he's everywhere.
Bookerman's really good at using Papa Shango to add that element of unpredictability.
Yeah, like you never know what's going to happen next.
Or who he's going to target.
It keeps things interesting.
Speaking of unpredictable, did you see that moment in the Elimination Chamber match where DUI came in way earlier than he was supposed to?
Oh, yeah, the algorithms were going haywire.
I know, it was hilarious.
Bookerman even joked that he should use the tired face for DUI
He did.
instead of the surprise face.
Because DUI was causing so much chaos in the match.
It was a perfect example of what makes Me and the Boys Wrestling so unique.
It was.
That mix of chaos and humor.
Definitely. Even with all the unexpected stuff, Bookerman still managed to deliver a fantastic season finale.
He did.
It shows how talented he is.
He knows how to build anticipation,
Yeah,
give us those satisfying payoffs, and leave us wanting more.
exactly.
Lucky 13 was a great way to wrap up 10 seasons of hard work and creativity.
It really was. It celebrated everything that makes Me and the Boys Wrestling so special.
Yeah, the storylines, the characters, the unpredictable moments, the community.
All of it.
So, what are your overall impressions of Lucky 13, and what do you think it means for the future of the show?
It really did feel like a turning point, you know? Like
Yeah.
it wrapped up everything we've seen so far, but then it also introduced all these new elements that could change everything.
Yeah, it's like the start of a whole new era for Me and the Boys Wrestling.
Exactly. New champs,
Yeah.
old rivalries coming back, and just this feeling that anything could happen.
Right.
It's exciting and a little bit scary.
Like the calm before the storm.
And it could be a big one.
I know, right? Just think about the possibilities.
Yeah.
What if DMP just goes rogue and forms his own faction
Oh, wow.
to challenge everyone else?
Yeah.
What if Lady Strange uses her queen title shot to surprise everybody?
Yeah.
What if one of these new guys like Buzzsaw Butcher or Fingers becomes a major player?
It's crazy to think about.
It is. And don't forget about that mixed match tag team tournament Booker Man was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the teams we might see?
Arai and DMP.
French Lover and Hunter S. Mustache.
It's going to be wild.
The possibilities are endless. The chat's going to be going crazy for months trying to figure it all out.
I know, I already am.
This is why we love Me and the Boys Wrestling, right?
Absolutely.
It keeps us on the edge of our seats.
It does.
Always keeps us coming back for more.
Booker Man's created something really special.
He has.
It's more than just a wrestling show.
Yeah, it's a community.
It's like a shared experience.
And it's always entertaining and surprising.
I think that's the perfect way to put it.
So congrats to Booker Man and everyone involved with Me and the Boys Wrestling for 10 amazing seasons.
Here's to many more.
We can't wait to see what's next.
And to all you listeners out there, keep those theories coming.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think is going to happen in Season 11.
What your dream matchups are.
What you thought of all the crazy stuff that happened at Lucky 13.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into Me and the Boys Wrestling.
Until then, keep on wrestling.
See ya.